10 reverse psychology tips that make women chase you. Did you know effort can backfire when it looks unlimited? Every week you keep pushing, you condition her to expect you'll do it for both of you. Let's change that. I'll share 10 reverse psychology pivots that create healthy pull without cold games. Watch through the 10th tip, the daily repeatable move that signals value without forced scarcity. If you're new, welcome. We share daily strategies to help men master dating. Drop a comment below and subscribe for more. 1. The welcome mat exit. Reverse psychology works best when her freedom is obvious. Instead of, "Are you free Friday?" Try, "I'm checking out a pop-up gallery after work. You're welcome to join if it sounds fun. No pressure if you've got your own rhythm." This is an invitation with a built-in escape hatch. Reactance theory says people fight what feels forced. By pre-granting an exit, you lower the threat to autonomy, and she's more likely to step forward by choice. Watch for pursuit signals. She refines the plan. Which gallery? She removes friction herself. "I'll be near there anyway." Or she counters with an alternative. "Friday's packed? Sunday coffee instead?" If she proposes specifics without you pressing, that's chase, not compliance, because she's claiming authorship of the moment. Keep the energy relaxed. Confirm once, then pivot to a new topic. Let the yes be hers, not extracted by you. 2. Lagged reciprocity, not playing hard to get. Calibrated tempo. Most guys either mirror instantly or perform long silences. Try lagged reciprocity. Match her vibe, but one beat later. If she teases, you chuckle. Then add a line after a breath. If she sends a thoughtful voice note, reply later that day with a similarly thoughtful note. Not instantly, not days later. The micro delay signals you're not hyper-entrained to approval. Status cue. While the eventual match shows warmth. Safety cue. It's the conversational version of a dancer waiting half a beat so the follow chooses to step. Pursuit tell. She starts engineering continuity. Sending a second message before you reply. Referencing an earlier thread. Or escalating the depth. Random. But what's the most overrated advice you've gotten? You didn't create scarcity, you created rhythm. Rhythm is addictive because her nervous system learns your timing and starts pinging you to complete the loop. 3. Ask for anti-advice. Ownership through contrast. Instead of, "What do you like to do on dates?" Ask, "What would absolutely ruin a first hang for you?" I want to avoid the cliches. This flips advice into anti-advice. Contrast questions pull out stronger preferences, and when she states what she hates, she implicitly defines what she wants. Commitment/consistency then kicks in. People prefer to act in line with what they've declared publicly. She becomes the architect, not the passenger. Pursuit signs. She'll police the plan for you. "Let's not do crowded places. You said you hate shout-talking, and honestly same." Or she'll preempt problems. "I booked somewhere with quiet corners. Trust me." Because she designed the guardrails, she's more invested in seeing it succeed and less likely to no-show. You've reduced the risk of misfire without turning into a yes man. 4. The pratfall breadcrumb. Perfection pushes people into spectator mode. Small, honest imperfections invite participation. The pratfall effect shows that a competent person who reveals a minor flaw becomes more likable. Apply this with a breadcrumb she can pick up. Example. You're great with conversation but struggle with names in loud spots. Say, "I'm elite at faces, subpar at names in noisy rooms. If I blank, bully me playfully." This isn't self-deprecation. It's a permission slip to engage. Pursuit signals. She tests the breadcrumb, teases you when you forget, then initiates a shared fix. "We need a code. If I touch my glass, it means you've already told me that name." She's no longer evaluating you from afar. She's co-piloting. That co-creation is the chase. She's investing effort to make us function. Keep the flaw benign and real. Never perform incompetence at things that matter. Kindness, reliability, consent. 5. Unfinished story seeds. Zeigarnik done right. People remember incomplete things more than finished ones. Zeigarnik effect. Most try to weaponize this with cliffhangers. That can feel manipulative. Instead, plant story seeds that are open by nature. "I ended up learning a weird skill because of a kitchen disaster. Remind me to tell you later." Then don't tell it yet. Let her request the missing chapter. When she does, that's a pursuit bid. She's asking you to complete her cognitive loop. Make the reveal satisfying, humble, and sensory. "I scorched a pan so badly I taught myself metal restoration. There's nothing more peaceful than bringing something back to mirror shine." Avoid shock value. Pick stories that showcase process, not flex. Bonus. Send a photo of the rescued pan or the tool you used. She's now gathering pieces of your world, like a magpie building a nest. Self-directed, curious, ongoing. 6. Choice defense framing. Self-persuasion on rails. Give 2 good options, then ask which one she'd defend to a third person. And why. Quick split. Rustic wine bar or neon sign ramen? Which would you defend to my skeptical friend, and what's your argument? Now she's not merely picking, she's persuading herself. Self-persuasion beats external pressure because we trust arguments we build. If she crafts a case, ramen, it's weatherproof, low-ego, conversation-friendly, she'll chase the outcome she advocated, nudging logistics, protecting the plan from derailment, and taking pride in its success. You didn't resist her. You recruited her inner debater. Tell to watch for, she uses ownership pronouns. Our spot, we said, or teases you if you drift from her defense. Sir, we are not abandoning broth after that speech. You've made the plan an identity expression. People pursue identity, not appointments. If this is the dating advice you actually use, simple, actionable, immediate, subscribe for more like it and build a playbook you can pull from every time you text or meet. 7. Third place gravity. Become a node, not a spotlight. There's home, there's work, and then there's your third place. The coffee shop where the barista knows your dog's name, the maker studio where you troubleshoot tools, the midweek pickup game you informally organize. Invite her into that orbit, not as a spectator to you flexing, but as someone who can plug into a pre-existing micro-community. When attention flows around you, not just to you, you signal stable value without chasing validation. Reverse psychology effect. Because you're already in motion, she chooses to catch up rather than pull you into idle orbit. Pursuit tells, she asks for the schedule without prompting. She remembers names of your regulars. She shows up early to help set up. Or she volunteers a resource. I'll bring extra tape for the canvases. You've shifted from impress me to include me, which converts attraction into participation. 8. The advocacy spotlight. Status without seduction. Instead of aiming compliments at her, aim advocacy at someone else in front of her, authentically. By the way, if anyone's looking for event posters, ask Maya over there. She rescued our design last minute and didn't let us pay rush fees. This is pro-social status. You channel status to the group. It implies you have capital, reputation, gratitude, and you spend it carefully. Reverse effect. Because the praise isn't thrown at her to win points, it reads as unforced character. Pursuit signs. She pivots the spotlight back to you. How do you all know each other? She challenges you with a values test. Would you still vouch for someone if it cost you? Or she later asks advice, I'm negotiating a freelance rate. How would you phrase it? She's now chasing your judgment, not your attention. Be sure your advocacy is precise and cost-bearing. Vague flattery cheapens the signal. 9. The to-be-continued artifact. Leave a tangible, low-stakes bookmark that invites follow-up without asking for it. Example, during a chat about travel mishaps, doodle a tiny map of the alley with the life-saving empanadas. Snap it and say, I'll clean this up later. It's actually a perfect two-turn route. Remind me, or share a short voice memo of you butchering the pronunciation of a dish she loves, and say, I need a coach next time. This is not a ploy to force a reply. It's an artifact that lives in her gallery or notes. Lightweight, funny, specific. Zygarnik again, but embodied. Pursuit indicators. She sends a corrected map pin unprompted. She returns the joke with her own audio attempt, or she references the artifact days later. Coach reporting for duty. When's our practice? Because you encoded the memory with effort and humor, she gets a dopamine nudge each time she sees it, making re-engagement feel like closing a pleasant loop. 10. Polite preemption. Limit the channel, expand the chase. If you want in-person momentum, set expectations that text is a staging area, not the whole relationship. Early on, say, I'm slow on microtexts but great on actual hangs or voice notes. If I vanish mid-thread, assume I'm wrist-deep in something I care about. Ping me with a time and I'll call or meet. This is not aloofness, it's channel design. You're signaling two things. Your time has shape, self-respect, and you prefer richer bandwidth, connection focus. Reverse psychology shows up because you're not optimizing for constant availability. You're optimizing for quality. Pursuit tells, she upgrades the channel on her own. Voice note works, proposes time boxes, 10 minutes between meetings, or escalates to concrete logistics without waiting for your prompt. You'll notice fewer anxious check-ins and more decisive moves. The key is to be dependable inside. The channel you chose, return the call when she sets the time, arrive when you say you will, and bring your full attention. Boundaries without follow-through look like games. Boundaries with reliability look like gravity.